Hello everyone and welcome back to FIFA 22, where today we are looking at the best young right backs with 80 plus potential that you can purchase in your FIFA 22 career mode in League 2. Now some of these are better options than others, some are more bargain players, some are very expensive, which you could afford if you're doing the financial takeover, so I've tried to cater to everybody. But let's start the list at the very beginning with Mr. Justin Che. Now, he is 63 rated and an 81 potential. Unfortunately, you will have to pay his 2.05 million release fee. I personally don't believe he's worth it. I think there will be better options here that are cheaper than this with better potentials, but he is available in League 2 should you want the American. Next up on the list then, we have got Omari Elhilali. Again, a player we would have to pay the release fee of 2.65 million for. 63 potential, 63 current ability. 81 potential. As you can see, he's already got at one stat point in the first 2 weeks of the game while I've been scouting. Again, don't really feel like this is worth it. He is available for you in League 2, however, I feel like there's better options for cheaper prices a little bit later on in the list. So, bear him in mind, but not an essential. Next up, we've got Meelay Roboguard. I am butchering these names today. He's a 64 rate with an 81 potential. Again, you'd have to pay the release fee of 2.8 million. Mainly a centre-back, but can play right-back as well as CDM as well, so a good all-round player to cover quite a few positions from the bench if you have the money. Again, don't believe this one's worth it. There are better options for cheaper money elsewhere, but if you have used the financial takeover, this could be a very handy player off the bench, like I said, that can cover those free positions. Next, we have John Aramburu from Deportivo La Guaira FC from Venezuela. Still butchering these names good and proper. He is 65 rate of potential of 80. Now, this is going to sound stupid, but this is the most bargain right back you can get. And I know that is stupid because of the value, but right backs are tricky this year. If you want an 80 plus potential, this is the best price you're going to get. Now, you might be able to use a player trade on this one. Deportivo La Guaira aren't exactly the biggest team in the world, so a League 2 player would probably appeal to them. So you possibly could use a good player swap to get this guy on the cheap. But yeah, 65 current ability, 80 potential. You play him enough with dynamic potential, you might be able to get that up. But this is the player I probably would suggest mostly from this list if you are looking for the cheapest option. Moving on then, we have got Nathan Patterson from Rangers. 66 current ability, 80 potential. You're going to have to pay between 2.2 and 3.1 million for him. Don't believe this one's worth it. Of course, I think the previous guy is going to be a lot cheaper with the same potential, and you're only getting one extra current ability. I don't believe Rangers are going to want any of your League 2 players. It's worth a try if you've got a higher one. But for me, I think Rangers are probably going to want a high caliber of player. But you never know your luck, but I still would lean towards Aramburu. Next on the list, then, we've got our Martinez, 1.7 to 1.9 million. So not too much different to Aramburu price-wise. From Girona, can play centre-back as well as left-back and right-back. Cheaper wages as well. He is 66, 80 potential. So again, a good option. I think between him and Aramburu are the two best options if you are trying to work within a certain budget. Next up, we've got Steven Sessegnon, can play left back and right back between 1.8 and 2 million. He is 66 rated with an 80 potential, so some good scope for potential if you're trying to run with like an all-English side. For example, if you're doing like a I don't know, like a club and country or something like that, then definitely an option. Not too expensive, but that weekly wage is going to be the problem. 8.2k in the League 2 is going to be very, very difficult to match. You probably won't ask for that much. You probably could pay it, but again, there's cheaper options earlier in the list with better wage demands as well, so possibly I would hold back on those. Next up, we have got Bekir Omarajic. Now, this guy is probably the best one on the list. So if you are running with a unlimited budget, if you've done the financial takeover, for example, I think this guy would be the one to go for. 67 current ability with an 83 potential. The best potential we have on this list so far. Can also play centre-back as well. Value between 2.8 and 4.05 million, so it is not cheap whatsoever. But yeah, if you've got the financial takeover, it's definitely probably the one you're going to want to go for. If you've not gone financial takeover, I would stick with either Aramburu or Martinez, unless you just want to invest all your money into your right back, but I can't see why that would be a thing. Buying one of the other two right backs allows you more funds to spend elsewhere and develop different parts of your squad rather than investing all your money in one place. Next up then, we have got Malki Fiore. Very expensive, 68 current ability, 81 potential, 3.1 to 4.5 million. Don't suggest this guy at all. I mean, if you've got the money, I'd go Omari. If you're looking for a bargain, I'd go with Aramburu or Martinez. But this guy is available in League 2, therefore I put him on the list. And the final guy is a 69 rated Ismael Cassus. 2.6 to 2.8 million, so a cheaper option than Fiore previously. 2.7k on the wages isn't too bad either. I mean, 69 current ability up to an 80 potential. He's a good solid player. You're looking at an extra 2 stat points to Omari and possibly a bit cheaper. But a lower potential. So it depends what you're desperate for. I can't imagine you'd be able to do much of a player swap with Malaga. It's worth a try, but I can't imagine that would be the case. So, I mean, this is probably the best option. He would be the best right back in League 2, probably by far. But like I said, I think there's better uses of the money, to be honest with you. So, yeah, in my, conclusion, that's the end of the list, by the way. In my conclusion, if you're rocking with unlimited funds, because you've just done the financial takeover, I would go possibly for Basir Omari. But if you are trying to work more within a budget, I'm thinking more likely Arneo Martinez or Aramburu would be the one to go for. I mean, that's the wrong button. Aramburu has not exactly got the best stats all round. He's only 65 rated. You can't expect much else, can you, really? Just looking about his pace, because he is a wing back as well, so he can offer a little bit more going forward. Martinez can play centre back as well as right back and left back as well. Also does have 72 acceleration then, so he's also got a bit of speed to him as well. So it depends what you're looking for. I mean, if you get Aramburu, you're buying a dedicated right back. With attacking and defensive high work rates. If you're going for someone like Martinez, you're going to have someone who's not quite got the work rate, but someone who can play the whole way across defence and be a bit more useful, I suppose, in that way. And then you've got Omari, who does have the important leadership trait, which is very, very rare, especially these younger players, so he could be your captain. As you can see, pretty damn good physical stats as well, so he starts off very, very strong. And like I said, can play centre-back, can play right-back. I mean, he might actually be one of the best options for a centre-back as well, so it depends. If you're looking to buy your entire defence, he might be better off to use there and to get one of the other guys at right-back. But that's your decision, I suppose, to see who best suits your team and the way you are setting up. So yeah, in my opinion, Omari if you've got unlimited funds, and Arneo Martinez or Aramburu if you're trying to work from a budget. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful. If it has, please do hit the like button, subscribe, all the other good stuff. We're working through all of the positions, and then I'll do an overall list of the bargain and the best players from each positions. So hopefully this is all being useful. Hopefully this is all being helpful. If it has, then please do hit the like button, and of course subscribe if you would like to see some more. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think I've missed anybody from the right back position, and let me know if you've tried in these players and just how good they actually are. And I think that's about all I've got to tell you. So good night, God bless, Auf Wiedersehen, and I'll see you very, very soon as we continue to work through our best positions. I've screwed it. Good night, bye-bye.